Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, for this occasion, I will present my first SKL for my IT project, which is e-commerce website, which is named Genshin Restaurant. Let's do a brief and small introduction about myself. My name is Kaisa Maya Karin, and I am from 10RPL, from the 10RPL. And this is, of course, my first SKL for this semester specifically, and this is the logo, which is Genshin Restaurant, originated from a popular game called Genshin Impact. And from this game, this had a lot of dishes, lots of special foods and drinks. So I wanted to make those foods and drinks into a website that people could make or buy. So this is my mock-up. You see, everyone needs to have a mock-up for every website that we make in our IT SKL. So it just showcases our website and maybe some of our inspiration and what we used, which is what I used is HTML, Tailwind CSS, JavaScript, Flowbyte, Visual Studio Code, and Figma. So I'm gonna do a small introduction about these technologies that I've used. You see, Visual Studio Code is the application that makes us able to code. It's like it's what makes us able to code. And then we use HTML to make the website, Tailwind CSS to make it pretty, and JavaScript to make it usable. And Flowbyte is a component that is based on Tailwind. So when Flowbyte gives us these ready-to-use components, I can just implement them in my code, and it could instantly make like grids for me, and I don't need to do it manually. For Figma, it's what I use to get this mockup, to make this mockup, and also some of the assets I had to vector some of them as well. Next is, why did I make this website? So I actually wanted to challenge myself by doing something that had zero references and ideas. You see, some of my friends did lots of e-commerce websites that are remakes, but I wanted to make something original. An original e-commerce website based off a fictional game filled with fictional food, which seems a lot harder to come by even when you have ideas and inspirations from Pinterest, but I actually had none. This was my very first idea when I was 9th grade, and I was happy to be able to make it come true. Genshin Impact is a really popular game, and by making this website, I believe the community would be interested in expanding further on this idea. These are screenshots of my UI, and this is the laptop version, this is the tablet version, and this is the phone version, because we need to make all sizes so the user can see it from all devices, of course. So what are the features? There is the landing page, which has the About Us, Testimony, Popular Products. There's a login page, All Product page, Cart, Product section, and Checkout. And you see, these seem like a lot, but actually all of these are very mandatory for e-commerce websites. But I think it's better that we see my website than to just listen to me yapping. So here's my hero section, my Genshin Restaurant e-commerce website. You see, this is a nav bar where we can just direct to the things that we want to find out about. This is the hero section, which just has this logo and slogan, which is 7 different nations in one restaurant. Scroll down, it's just about the Genshin Restaurant, and then we have the popular products. You can see that these assets are actually from the game itself, and I had to render it a bit more so that it could be a little bit bigger, because from the actual asset is very small. And then these are the testimonials. Of course, they're not real. And this is the footer. Then we can go to the login section. You can see that we can register first, or we can instantly log in. We're just gonna do the login. Then we'll instantly go to the all product section where it shows like, oh my god, here are the new arrivals. And then we'll just scroll down to all the products that this Genshin restaurant offers. So we can click on one of them and it'll go to the product section where we can add to cart or add to favorites, and we can also see, oh, this dish is a Natlan dish, it's spicy and it's recommended for groups. And you can scroll down and it's recommendations for for you guys that would be interested in this, could also be interested in things like this. You can also check the cart and then we'll go to checkout. And then after the checkout, you'll just buy it and then it will come to your house. In theory, of course. That's for my presentation for my website. Then we'll go to what are my problems during making this website. So one of them is actually the template of the website. I wanted to make something simple and easy to do, but I didn't want it to be too bland because Genshin has a lot. Their UI is very complex and like very game gitu. But I tried to make the middle ground, like, oh, this is interesting for me, and it's not too hard for me, but it's also like you can sense that it's from a game, right? And then second one is semantic HTML. So what is that, you ask? So in my coding, I have to make things according to what they are, their roles of the coding. Like, for example, the body needs to be body, not div or what gitu, like. And it confused me a lot because there's a lot of tags that I didn't know existed. And though I did ask AI, and lots of my friends like, is this like okay? Is this correct? And yeah, I think I got it down. And then my last problem was white space, because I like things being crowded. I like things when it's like a lot of things you can see. But then again, it's an e-commerce website for all users. So people need to feel easy to see and like they don't need to be confused on what to think first about the website. So for this, I actually just asked my friends like, is this too much? Is this too little? Like that. Then we'll go to the conclusion. And the conclusion is I made a Genshin restaurant website, an e-commerce website that has food from the game Genshin Impact, and it's my first SKL and I enjoyed it really, really much because I liked it. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was all great. Like I feel great as well. So yeah, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.